All right, let's look at a cool dragon guy. Man, it's a big box. Look at this. This is big. Anyway. So this is Kang Loong, one of the 28 star gods in Chinese mythology. He is often associated with dragons and sometimes literally depicted as one, like that cool boss fight in Black Myth Wukong. And this figure is from Fancy Realm, who have been doing a couple other characters from Chinese mythology, but this was the first one that I just had to have because cool dragon guy. And with that, let's get him out of the box. Ooh, look at this. I'm not a box guy, but this is nice. This is our window. Yep, here we go. There he is. He is large. Ooh, what's with the human feet? All right, here he is. Let's play with him. All right, let's get a feel for what it's like to play with him out of the box. Now, this guy, like, immediately the thing you notice is that the detail on him is insane. Like, look at all those little details in the armor. Like, you know, we'll get into that in the value section, but like, that's just kind of the first thing I noticed. How does this guy actually feel to play with, though? Let's see, we got pretty good knee articulation here. Yeah, that feels solid. I want to say double jointed elbows, but it's hard to tell with the cloth. But it doesn't get a ton of range. Not that you need a huge amount with a big guy like this. Oop, there goes a hand. Okay, that just slides right back on. Man, this guy's cool. I did not expect him to be this big. Like, it said 1/12 scale, but like, I think people often forget that 1/12 scale doesn't mean that everything is 6 inches tall. It just means that, like, this guy is the size he's supposed to be among 6-inch tall figures. So he is supposed to be larger. Man, those pop off easily, don't they? Still, like, it feels good in hand. The armor is like a really soft plastic, but that just means it doesn't get in the way, which is nice. Got a pretty good wired cape here. Yeah, this is anchored nicely, so it can like really flay back if you wanted to. Yeah, fun to pose around. Let's try some hand swaps so we know that those come off easily. But that means that they're quite easy to put on too. Or are they? I think what's happening here, this happens sometimes with figures that have like a floating bracer piece, is like you're trying to put the hand on, you're trying to hold on to the arm, and then the bracer pushes down. So you kind of have to hold the arm a little bit higher and push the hand on. There we go. That was a nice snap. Okay. Cool. Oh, and these shoulder pads are interesting. They're on a hinge and a ball, and it's about halfway down the arm. The bicep? Yeah, it's about like halfway down the bicep. So that means they definitely don't get in the way. All right, let's get a weapon in there. And it's funny because we have 3 to choose from. We'll start with this one. Ooh, I didn't remember this from the promo shots. This is nice. Look at that. We'll dig into that in the values section. Oh, Jesus. Let's get this into his hand. It's pretty soft plastic, so you can just kind of wedge it in there. Nice. Okay, yeah. Now I'm remembering for promo shots why I wanted this guy. He's got that very cool, like I don't really have any like kind of Chinese martial arts figures, so like, man, that's cool. Oh wait, there's the, whoops. I'm just getting excited. Okay, here we go. It's got the 2 pointing fingers. I'm sure that means something. I'm like a dumb white guy, so I just know that is like the thing Obi-Wan did in the prequels. I know it's like a Chinese martial arts thing too. Look at that. Yeah, this guy's cool. And one other important handling thing is that this guy has an attachable tail. So let's see how easy that is to do. Time to find the butthole. What? Oh, there it is. There's a hole in the pants. And What are we doing right now?
He touched the butt.
Oh, that's really, okay. I think there's like a cap in there. All right, I don't know if I can do this on camera. Let's see. Okay, that was a bit of a pain. Had to loop it through a hole in this fabric and then a hole in the pants, which was really hard to line up and then get the peg out of there, which like, I don't even know why they have a peg, honestly. Anyway, let's finish up articulation. I didn't really look at the torso. Here we got pretty good crunch. Nothing crazy, but this guy's not Spider-Man or anything. Can lean back pretty far. Lean forward pretty far. So he's not really hindered that much, even though he's like head to toe covered in cloth goods. It's all this this like same material for the cape is also used for the shirt, the pants, this cloth hanging down. It all looks really nice. But yeah, the tail is bendy. It's decently bendy. Like it's kind of hard to get it in like a neutral, like hanging down position, but you can pretty much get it into whatever pose you want. There we go. It looks a little better when you kind of get into that S shape. That looks nice. So yeah, like pretty easy to swap parts, get weapons into his hand. He's got good articulation. The tail was a little annoying, but you only got to do that once. So handling gets a thumbs up. All right, let's take a look at paint apps, quality of plastic, and all his stuff to determine if he is worth the price. So we'll start with a nice close-up look at this guy. And man, like I was saying before, the details are insane. Like the amount of like intricate little nooks and crannies in the armor, this is nuts. It's just unbelievable looking. Like I have seen more impressive for sure. I think part of it is the fact that like this is a softer plastic, so like some of the details aren't as noticeable, and it doesn't like have that premium feel. Like this is a, you know, like it's not gummy or anything, but it is soft. But it looks really nice, and I bet that's how they managed to like get these things down to a decent price point. Man, look at that. All the mixed materials. We got like leather, we got fur, metal. All looks really good. And this cloth is nice. Has like a nice feel to it, and pretty much all the cloth is wired, so you can pose it around as much as you need to. Now let's look at that face. Man, look at those crazy eyes. This guy is awesome. He's got like a nice gloss finish inside the mouth. That's always appreciated. Makes it look wet. Yeah, I really like these colors. Like I'm a big teal guy, so this really looks nice to me. Matches up with the tail too and the hands. Yeah, I really like this like kind of subtle coloring on the scales. Looks cool. Man, these boots are ridiculous. Look at this. Unbelievable. We truly are in the golden age of toys. And this lovely cape, which looks like it could also be a very nice tablecloth. Like, look at all these designs on here and everything. Yeah, it feels very premium in hand. Great, great figure. All right, let's look at his stuff. So we have a beautiful sword here. Really great details on the scabbard. Nice etched details on the blade. Like all these splashes of color, like the reds and greens. It's really nice. And we got another sword. This one does not have a scabbard, but still looks very nice. Has a really different finish and feel to it. Almost more like stone than metal. Yeah, that looks great. All right, here's the sword we already looked at, but let's take a closer look. Has like a nice wood feel to it. It's crazy, like I don't know why he comes with 3 swords, but they all are very unique. And I love the way this one slots into the scabbard. That feels really nice. We have the nice green translucent plastic. Catches light really nicely. Good stuff. We've also got this nice effect piece. Now this was like This came in a few different colors and it was randomly thrown into packages, so I ended up with the red one. I think there was also green and I want to say purple. The picture will prove me wrong or right. Yeah, very nice. Actually, we should test this out, right? I'm gonna guess it's this sword because it seemed kind of thin. Yeah, that is cool. Fits in really nicely. I like how you can still see the blade coming out of it. Excellent. And we have this pair of, I don't really know what's going on with these some of these human parts. I'll talk more about that in the kit bash section, but you know, they are good. They're good feet.
My, what lovely feet.
You know, they have very clear toenails. They got a toe hinge. You know, like not bad. You know, as far as as far as feet go, it's not bad. Nice feet. And he's got lots of hands, so let's look at them on the figure for a change. So here's the hands he comes with, kind of like style gesturing hands. Martial arts or Obi-Wan hands. Gripping hands for the swords. Fists for when it's time for a brawl. And these human hands, which I guess they're fine. Yeah, it does look a little weird on him, but it matches the skin tone, and there's like a little bit of the teal in there. I'm not, you know, I'm not super familiar with the character, so there might be a reason for this. So yeah, a really nicely put together figure. Looks amazing, feels premium, and comes with a good amount of stuff. And it was under $100. So thumbs up on value. All right, here he is, surrounded by a bunch of figures that I think he looks good with. And as you can see, he is quite tall. So let's go through the lineup here. We've got the InArt Black Myth Wukong Destined 1, Medi Toys Panda Warrior, V Toys Ashura, Fury Toys Little Monkey, Savage Crucible Jaeger, Nota Toys White Cat Legend, Mythic Legions Koi, and Fury Planet Blade Master Wing. So yeah, this guy, like, obviously you're not going to put a bunch of figures in front of him like this, but like he absolutely is going to have shelf presence. He towers over a lot of other 1/12 scale figures, even some of the bigger guys, which is awesome. And I think that's what's great, you know, like whether it's like a 1/12, 1/10, whatever, like you know, characters, people, creatures, they all come in different shapes and sizes. So I think it's always a lot more interesting when you actually have like a bunch of figures together that have different heights. So this was all the figures I had that I thought, like, you know, made sense to display with him. Like, I don't think I need to compare him to a Marvel Legends. That doesn't make sense to me. But if there are any figures that you want to see him standing next to, let me know in the comments and I will do a separate YouTube post showing that with photos. But yeah, scale is absolutely a thumbs up with this guy. I love having like a big, tall character like this. All right, let's evaluate how customizable this guy is. So, I am pleased to report that everything can come off. There is parts in the instructions that show like where you can untie things to, you know, take all the armor off. There is a little tab right here at the shoulder that you can pop out to get the armor off. So like, you can definitely like completely strip this guy for parts if you wanted to, or like, you know, if you've got it all laying around and stuff that'll fit, you could completely outfit him differently. And like, I'm guessing that is why he came with like, you know, the human feet, the human hands. Like, I'm guessing maybe there might be another figure he could be compatible with, so you could like swap out the head and like do the more, you know, like human representation of the character. That is all just me guessing, but you know, there must be a reason that you can like completely take everything off. Besides the fact that it's just cool, you know, then you could put this armor on somebody else, have like a more like unarmored martial artist dragon guy. That could look pretty cool. With that in mind, I thought we would try and make this guy's loadout practical. So let's see if I can get these scabbards onto him. Now there's these rings here that have notches, and both of the scabbards have like a little metal ring on them of some kind. So if I can just get that. All right. There we go. We have a scabbard hanging down. It's a little, kind of just flops around a bit, but it's not bad. All right, let's try it on the other side here. Now see, this one's got a full chain, so this might hang a little better. Whoops. There we go, got it on there. It's hanging okay. You know, yeah, I'm not loving this, to be honest. I don't really like how these hang on here. I can see why the promo shots didn't show any of the scabbards on him. I don't think they executed on that very well. I am noticing a cool thing here, though. So the reason the instructions tell you to untie the armor is because it's literally looped through. Look at that. That is a nice detail. Just a cool little thing I didn't notice before. All right, so he can technically have both scabbards on him. And we can sheath both swords. Where'd that one go? So, like, it is possible, but, like, it does kind of... It doesn't look great. Like, well... You know, this one's fine. I think this one just hangs a little too low. Like, this feels like it should be hanging, like, behind him or something. And maybe it's supposed to? Like, there's no instructions when it comes to the scabbards, and there's no promo shots of them on him, so I'm just kind of flying blind here, but you know, at least it is nice that you can put both swords on him. Now, it's funny I say both, because he did come with 3. So what do we do with this one? It feels like a shame to just throw this in a fodder bin. So let's see if we can find a wielder for this sword. All right, this looks awesome. Nice. So I kind of outfitted Koi with green armor in a previous video, and I was really happy with him, except for his weapon. I mean, it does look cool. Like, that's not a bad weapon for him to have, but I didn't want it to be his only weapon, and now he feels complete. Thank you, Mr. Dragon Guy. Yeah, this is awesome. I'm very happy with him now. So yeah, I mean, like, if you can find figures that are compatible with this guy's parts, or you have parts that you want to put on him, I mean, like, you can take everything off, so he is absolutely a thumbs up in kit bashing material. Oh yeah, I'm not going to do this because I like him the way he is, but, like, look at this. Even the shoulder pads with the hinge, that is not molded onto the arm. It is, there's a ring here that is looped around the arm, so you really can get everything off of this guy. So final thoughts, I think this guy absolutely rules. Like, you know, like this channel, I guess, is a little bit more focused on like customs and kit bashing, but this guy, you know, you can absolutely turn him into whatever you want. But this is one of those times where I'm happy to just take a figure out of the box, pose him up, and put him on the shelf. And as much as I love customizing, that is okay. He's going to add some serious presence to my, like, kind of general Eastern mythology display. Like, he is, like, this is, like, the type of figure that I just want to, like, pull out and show, you know, like, when, you know, guests come visit or something, and I can show them, like, man, look at this crazy thing. So, yeah, overall, I really love this figure. I don't know how easy he is to get now. Like, I kind of hate to review something that, like, people can't find, but I'm sure he's still around somewhere, maybe. If I can find any links, I will put them in the description. All right, let's get this guy into the case. All right, let's get our new friend into the case. So he will be joining the general Eastern mythology display here. And I've left a spot for him. Let's see if I can just slot him in nicely. Nope. It's fine, we will get him in there first, and then we will put Mume back. There we go. Get Mume right there in front, because she is so small. Little tiny Figma. Oh, can't forget your hat. There we go. All right. So, this display, I don't know if I have room for anything else. I might have to move some stuff. I actually did have to move my rat adventurer out of here. He's over in one of the adventuring parties now. But yeah, I think this is looking really good. Nice sight lines to almost everyone. I think this poor guy might need a little elevation. But yeah, I think this is looking really good. So as always, thank you so much for watching. And I would especially like to thank my channel members, Search and Damjan. If you are interested in becoming a member, members of my channel get access to a special Discord where I've got like a wiki of useful links for collectors and customizers, and there's a more expensive tier where I will actually feature one of your creations in a video every month. Thank you for your consideration, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.